Morning guys, welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm coming to you from Madeira, which you can see coming into shot behind me at the moment. I am up before a lot of the other passengers. I think maybe everyone is still in bed. I haven't seen a single other passenger yet, because what I'm getting off the ship to do today, there is no way that I'm missing it for the second time, because when I was here on my last cruise in December, I couldn't do it. So yeah, I'm gonna go for breakfast now. I'll then come back out if we've got some time before they drop the gangway to tell you about the plan for today. Because one thing's for sure, the minute we can get off this ship, I'm going to be off before anybody. So look, let's go and eat and I'll be back out shortly. Okay, so breakfast done, and I have now found what I think is a quiet space. There's a little bit more life up here now, so I think other people have maybe got the same plan as me. But anyway, if you remember what I did when I came here in December last time, so the last time I was on a cruise ship that came here, it was actually the first time I had ever visited. So I came here on P&O Azura back just before Christmas, and the number one thing that I wanted to do was, to be honest, the number one thing that the majority of people want to do when they visit here, and that is to go on the Toboggan Ride that is pretty world famous. Now the background to the Toboggan Ride is that in the early 19th century it was basically the key mode of downhill transport to go from Monte, which is at the top of the hills here, back down to Funchal, which is the main city down at the bottom. Now, what it is now, I guess it is still kind of a mode of transport, but it's now basically just a tourist attraction where you can pay to go into the toboggan and get thrown down the hill, basically. So that is my plan for today, to get off and yeah, get along to the cable car as quickly as I possibly can to then head up the hill to get the toboggan back down. Now, there's a couple of complications today. Now, first of all is the day of the week. Unfortunately, today is a Sunday, and the website suggests that the toboggan ride actually is only open for a couple of hours on a Sunday, which isn't the most ideal. So apparently it opens at 9 AM and it closes at 1 PM. So it's about 9 o'clock in the morning now. We're just in the process of docking, so you can probably see like the docks here. They're just doing like their final checks and getting us tied up and sorting the flag and stuff out. And then yeah, we will be allowed off at that point. But yeah, so I'm gonna get off here, run to the cable car, and then get up. But the other catch is that when I looked at payment, you can apparently only pay cash, which is certainly not ideal when I'm already on a time budget. So I'm gonna have to try and find, I've been looking the whole time I'm talking to you, maybe because I'm wearing glasses it's not as obvious, I don't know. I'm trying to see a bank. Do you know when you dock somewhere and you're trying to see like a Santander logo or just something that might be here? At the moment, not seeing anything, so yeah, not sure where I'm gonna lift money, but there'll be an ATM somewhere over there. Now, cost-wise, it's 25 euros for a solo traveller, or 35, other way around, 35 euros for a solo traveller, or 25 euros each if you do it as part of a couple. So it's quite good that although you're going down on your own, you don't have to pay the full fare for the two people actually, which I really appreciate that, because I know when I was in Venice, oh my goodness, I mean gondola rides and whatnot are a rip-off anyway, but if you've ever tried to do it as a solo, then, well, I mean, number one, it's a bit socially awkward, and number two, they charge you the full price anyway, so I just wouldn't go on. But yeah, look, I am now ready to go off. I'm now just killing time up here. So I think what I'll do, you can get off this ship today from deck 1 or deck 2. So I'm probably just going to head down to the Atrium, grab a brew, and to be honest, just chill down there so that as soon as the announcement goes out to let us know that we can get off, I will be like a whippet and I will be running along that pier in approximately 5 or 10 minutes time. So yeah, let's go ashore and hopefully get the toboggan ride. Okay, so I am now off the ship, and you can see here, everybody just seems to be going in exactly the same direction. The fact I have to go and lift cash is so annoying because it just means that all of these people are going to get in front of me if that's where they are going. Now, this is basically what happened last time, where everybody got off the ship and everybody went to the cable car and everybody went to the toboggan. So I'm hoping, I think I actually might just run a bit and then I can get in front of everyone, because yeah, the weather here today is glorious. It's currently 30, I think it was 31 when I left the ship. I was about to look at my wrist there as if I was going to look on my watch. I don't know what good that would have done. But yeah, so I'll be really annoyed if the conditions are like this, but for the second time I can't manage to do this. So yeah, look, let me cut. I'm now going to do a tactical jog for a couple of minutes, and I hopefully we'll see you guys on the other side of the harbour here. Okay, so I'm now directly over the other side of the water to where the ship's dock, and good grief, I'm already knackered from overtaking everyone. Now, interestingly, where I am now, behind me here is the Cristiano Ronaldo Hotel, and then there's a statue of him just over there where all those people are, so I'll probably show you that later just because it's a little bit busy at the moment. But essentially this is obviously I think this is the city that he comes from. He's definitely Portuguese. I'd imagine he must be from here if they've built a hotel and put a statue. But yeah, so anyway, ATM, just found an ATM, and to my absolute horror, you could only lift, well, this wasn't the horrible part, you can only lift in batches of 100 euros at a time, so you could go 100, 200, 300, 400, and the horror part was that when I clicked 100, it tried to charge me £114 for 100 euros. Now, I obviously know the exchange rate is bad and it's been pretty terrible for the last couple of years. However, for me to spend £114 to get 100 euros, that just does not make any sense to me. Maybe that is what it is, and you're all going to tell me I'm about to pay the same along here. But the machine that I've just went to there is basically part of this hotel. So I've Googled mapped it, and apparently there is a Santander about a mile along the road. So that is, by the looks of it, right outside the cable car. So ATM round 2, and hopefully the number will be less than £114. Yeah, a number of things have just happened that I think we need to discuss the main one. So behind me here, this is the bank that I've just lifted money from. And I would go as far as to say this feels like a bit of a tourist scam, and it's so annoying that the big banks actually get away with it. Now, the total that I've just paid there versus that ATM in that little shop is mind-blowing, but hold on, we'll get there. Now, that's a big reputable bank, right? And you put your card in the machine, and they come on and it says, okay, would you like our exchange rate or would you like to accept the risk of not having a guaranteed exchange rate. You say, don't convert it, my bank will do it, and then it comes up again and says, warning, exchange rate not guaranteed, are you sure you want to proceed? You click yes. Now, basically, they quoted me with their exchange rate a total price of €99 to get, £99 to get the 100 euros. Now, when I've just got my bank to do the exchange rate themselves, the total price has come out, so I've just paid 88 euros. No, 88 pounds, I need to get that right. I've just paid 88 pounds to get 100 euros. So not only is that a heck of a lot cheaper than using the ATM at that hotel, but the other lesson here is that if you get offered an exchange rate at a bank ATM in Europe, depending on your card conditions, but turn it down. So I bank when I travel with a company called Monzo. They basically do like prepaid travel cards. So I do that because they're really good from a budgeting point of view. They've got a really good app. I can transfer money into it really, really easily. My parents can get the details to it if they'll be cringing watching this. If I run out of money, I know that there's the option there that my parents could transfer money into that. Although, hopefully we're not going to need that. So yeah, just check your bank conditions, because I cannot believe that literally in the space of about a 5-minute walk, the hotel tried to charge me an additional, what was that, 20 euros or something? And then the bank themselves have just actually tried to charge me from 88 to 99, 11 euros just to lift money with them. So yeah, absolutely mental. Anyway, walking now, I have stumbled upon this actually really nice looking market, the Mercado de Flores. I would imagine it's a flower market. So I'm not going to have too much of a look around here though, because I need to get to the cable car and I need to get up the hill before the queue up there gets really bad. The other dilemma at the moment is that I'm now getting to the point where I need the toilet. So yeah, I was going to talk to you about drinks and whatnot from the Costa ship, but to avoid any detail, because that is just a bad thing for me at the moment, I did want to just say that obviously today is hot, and on a lot of cruise ships I will take like refillable bottles that I can go to a drinking fountain and then transfer water from a cup into the bottle. Now, I haven't been able to do that on the Costa ships because they don't really have fountains on there. Now, water also isn't free on a Costa cruise outside of main meal times. So the way that my package works, so I'm on like the full drinks package, but that includes water. So I get 14 water bottles for the whole cruise. So I always budget that I'll make sure that I take one of them ashore with me. So it's worth noting that just, yeah, be really, really aware of what your drinks package is and what it allows you to do. But anyway, from here, let me give you a really quick look round, and then let's head up in the cable car to the top of that hill. Of course, the second I hit play, this music starts. Give me 1 minute. Just make sure I don't get run over. Yeah, so weirdly, there is a lot of there's a lot of like stages, and you can see here like grandstand seating that's been set up. Now, I'm not entirely sure what's going on, but I've had a quick Google, and apparently at the moment is the Madeira Flower Festival. Now, I'm not overly convinced that they would need grandstand seating for a flower festival, so unless there's something that I'm missing, it looks more like a race. It looks like a huge event. Anyway, there was someone there cleaning the chairs, and I said, look, do you speak English? No. I thought, great, this is going to be relatively difficult to get the answer out of you, but anyway, let's give it a go. And I kind of just said, oh, what time, and then made a motion towards the road. And apparently, it's whatever is happening here is happening at 4 o'clock. So that is excellent news, because potentially this timing could be perfect for whatever. I mean, it might be a lot of rubbish, but this timing could be perfect for whatever it is. So if I can get up to the toboggan, it's now about 10 o'clock, so if I can get up to there, get the queue, join the queue, do the ride, get back down here and walk into the centre. All aboard tonight is at 5:30, so there's potentially loads and loads of time here. And actually, we might have a pretty good day ahead. So I can see the monorail, I can see the cable car now. The queue, do you know what? I actually can't see a queue, which is good news. When I was here at Christmas, you were queued all the way out the front of the building, and I think it probably took about 40 minutes just to get through that before. So hopefully, we'll cross the road here. Hopefully, this is going to be really quick, really painless, and then we'll be at the top of the hill in no time. But yeah, watch this space. Are you ready for the most frustrating update that I could be giving you? So, just to avoid any doubt, yes, I am directly outside the cable car station. And to avoid further doubt, yes, I am still at the bottom. Now, oh, honestly, I can't believe it. So, it turns out that the website I looked at that gave me the opening hours for today is out of date. So, I got to the front of the queue there, which was indeed out the door, got to the front of the queue, and well, where you buy your ticket, and there's a little poster that says, oh, the toboggan ride is closed, to which I was like, okay, well hang on, is that all day, or is that just like from a little bit later? Oh, cable car. Is it just from a little bit later? And she said, no, it's all day. So very, 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 very frustrating that if you are coming here on a Sunday, then yeah, do not plan to do the cable car. There is, my goodness, another blooming travel lesson with something that's gone wrong for me. However, all is not lost, because I have, after being rejected for the toboggan ride, I've done a bit of Googling on this flower festival situation. And apparently it's one of the biggest events in Madeira's calendar for the entire year. So there's some really good sounding things that we're going to go and check out. Like, I think I've told you before, but I absolutely adore doing the garden. So I actually think I'm really going to enjoy today, and I think I'll probably take quite a lot from it. So there's a wall of hope, which I think is about half a mile from here. So yesterday, all the kids in the city were invited to come and put a flower from their garden onto this wall of hope. So intrigued to go and check that out. What else is there? There's flower carpets. So apparently there's a street somewhere, not entirely sure, not sure where. It better not be at the top of that hill. But there's a street somewhere that's got like flower carpets all along the road, which should be really interesting. And then I've also just happened to Google and find what looks like a cracking rooftop bar. So I'm imagining a coffee overlooking Madeira at some point this afternoon. But yeah, Wall of Hope is about half a mile from here, so let's head in this direction, away from the cable car before I get in a bad mood. And yeah, let's check out the Madeira Flower Festival. Now, behind me at the moment, you can see the Wall of Hope. Now, I absolutely love the concept of this. Basically, the kids from all around the island are invited to pick one flower from their garden and bring it and attach it onto the wall. Now, after that, they then do like a parade through the city, which I think took place yesterday. One thing's for sure though, and that's that an exhibit like this isn't going to last very long at all. I've actually never smelt flowers that strong before. Yeah, really nice, but they're baking in the sun. It's probably the most adorable little thing I've seen while travelling for quite a while, where like the kids right now are on the other side of the railing, they're all in, putting their individual flowers on, so I'd imagine it just builds up over this weekend, and then they'll probably need to dismantle it in a couple of days' time. But yeah, really, really impressed by that. Now, where we're going to go now still in this same little town square, you've got this massive, I'm going to try and stay out the sun, this massive church there in the background. Now, a few minutes ago, someone was playing the organ in there, so I'm hoping that they start again. But yeah, I just love it's. If you followed me in Italy recently, I'll have told you there, but like this part of Europe, all across Europe, I find the churches and the cathedrals just absolutely astounding. They're usually free to go into. Let's not go into that though, because that's a whole other conversation for another day. I think this one is free, but let's go in, we'll have a look and see what's happening in there. And then after that, I think I'll probably be looking for a brew, if I'm honest with you. And by brew, I mean coffee, not beer. I promise it's a bit early for that. Okay, do you know, I probably should apologise for where I have chosen for lunch today, but this is just quick, easy, and it lets me get back out. The real benefit is that I have actually, I know I said it was too early, but I've been able to get a beer and a chicken sandwich and chips. Guess how much? I'm so impressed. €5.40, including a beer, which, yeah, excellent result. So I'm going to, after here, probably go somewhere a little bit more classy to try and get a coffee. I'm actually going to try and scope out that rooftop bar after, but yeah, I just fancied a really quick and dirty lunch, so this will do. And I will hopefully see you somewhere a little bit fancier or a little bit more calm, because this has got such loud music. I'll see you somewhere more calm after this. Right, weirdly enough, I have just been for a wander around the festival. I thought it was a market, but the festival. And I think a combination of things. I think a combination of, like, finally realising this week that this way of living, if you like, is actually become a reality. And also talking to you guys earlier about something as simple as the fact that I really love doing the garden. I think today it's just hit from like seeing all the flowers and seeing all the plants. I think today, probably like literally in the last 10 minutes, it's just hit that this year I won't get to do my gardening. This year, yeah, I won't get to experience that, which I think oddly, in the last probably 10-15 minutes, I've actually made myself a little bit homesick, which is, like, genuinely, it's the first time I've felt like that since getting on my first ship. So I think what I'm going to do now is leave here and head over to that rooftop bar, grab a coffee, and see, to be honest, I think I'm just going to phone my parents and have a chat, because I haven't felt unsettled since getting on the ships at all, but I think I've probably dug my own grave today just by talking about how much I love like being outside and taking care of my garden. And yeah, it's all just hit home today that this year that it's not going to be a reality. But anyway, look, on the positive, let's get up to a bar with hopefully a beautiful view, chill out with a coffee, and I will go and pester my mum and dad. Yeah, this is exactly what the doctor ordered this afternoon. So I am currently in the Vine Hotel, which is only a street or two back from where the main flower festival is taking place. So right in the very centre of the city. Now, in terms of how this works, you can absolutely sit like a coffee shop just round the corner there and have your coffee at like a poolside bar type thing. Or, for exactly the same price, you can come and grab a lounger, which is exactly what I need right now. So you can come around here, lounge about. As you can see, the place is almost deserted. It's so relaxing. You've got a kind of thin pool here, and then just around the other side you've got the much bigger pool that looks down towards where the ship is. But yeah, this is absolute goals. I'm going to have a great time up here. Now for the next half hour, I am going to be honest, absorb these views and also just switch off for a bit. And after that, I'll think about heading back down because I will need to think about the parade. So if the reality is that parade down there is at 4 o'clock, then that's going to be in about an hour after we leave from up here. So I'll probably just spend a bit of time wandering around the city, go down to the front and try and get a decent spot for that parade. Now, the only thing that we need to watch is time-wise for tonight, all aboard being at 5:30. I just need to make sure that time doesn't escape us waiting for the parade, because it does take a good, probably half an hour to 40 minutes to walk back to the ship from here. So yeah, I refuse to leave myself mega short for time, especially when it's so hot out here. But yeah, look, for the next half hour, you won't hear from me. I'm going to switch off and enjoy, oh man, everything about this place. So yeah, time to get a bit of sun, and I'll speak to you guys when we head back down. Right, weirdest thing, do you know, I actually went up there to a town that felt pretty, it felt pretty quiet actually, but I've come down now to, everybody is walking. Can we just appreciate how close these cars are actually parked to the buildings? Mental. Anyway, what I was trying to say there is I've come out and everybody is walking in the same direction. So I would imagine that is because the 4 o'clock parade that I think I managed to get out of that woman earlier, I think that must be about to happen. So time now, it's 3:15, sorry. So yeah, about half an hour before that point. I'm hoping that we're going to have time to see this before all aboard. So yeah, let's head down, see what all these people are walking to. This could be one of those situations where one person's just following the other and now there's a crowd. But let's keep hopes high that actually there is something going on. So yeah, I'll see you guys down at the front shortly for, hopefully, the parade. On the way down to the front, I just had to stop and show you guys this place. This is literally, so it's just called the Municipal Garden, can hardly say it, just right in the middle of the city. Now, you've literally got restaurants, taxis and whatnot right there, and directly across the road, you are basically in what feels like, oh, that was a butterfly, that wasn't even anything to be scared of, but you're basically in this big, what feels like an open air botanic garden. The thing with the climate here is because it's so mild, stuff just grows, which I guess explains why that big flower festival does so well here. But yeah, this place is, for a garden that you can just walk into off the street, absolutely remarkable. Guys, I am now down at the front, and can we just appreciate for just a minute how busy this is? Now, the parade route is all along here. It is completely packed out, so busy, and this has got to be the best example of being on a cruise and docking somewhere and actually experiencing the local place. This is brilliant. It's also such a good example of how sometimes when you arrive in a port and fine, we had a plan today, but sometimes you don't really know what to do. You think, will I stay on or will I get off? This is such a good reason to get off because you never know what's happening in that city today. Now you can see over my shoulder now, hopefully, yep, now, the ship is literally right there. So my only concern is that, yeah, it's already pretty busy. So the busier this gets, the more difficult it will be to walk back in that direction. But yeah, look, I am going to find somewhere here, set up camp, see what's going on, because hopefully it should be quite good. Okay, it's safe to say this place is absolutely buzzing. So yeah, I had to kind of kill about an hour over there just because it was really busy, but the parade wasn't due to start for quite some time yet. Now, what I'm quite excited about, you can hopefully, can you see the ship? Well, the ship is kind of like under those trees at the moment. You might see the side of it. Now, my balcony actually looks right out onto here. So it's currently 40 minutes until all aboard time, so I'm going to have to head and get back onto the ship. But I think it'll be quite good to just sit out with a coffee and see what's going on over here, because this is, yeah, this has been amazing to stumble upon. So yeah, I actually would consider coming back here at some point to see this properly. And I guess that's probably what a cruise to somewhere like this is all about. Rather than jumping on a plane and coming here for a full week and not knowing if you like it or not, come for a day, and if you like it, then you can always book to come back at some point. So yeah, anyway, there you go, you can get a better view now. So we are going over there, which means that the direction we're going in now, we're going to continue on here for probably 20 minutes, and then it'll just loop round the other side of the harbour. So yeah, let's head back to Diadema, and I will speak to you all. Well, I'll speak to you back in the cabin and show you what, if anything, we can see from over there. Okay, thank goodness we have made it back onto the ship. Yeah, that was tight. Now, anyway, I have got my sail away drink here ready to go. It's not very exotic today because I'm behaving at the moment. But yeah, we are about to leave Madeira. Let me take you out onto the balcony and let you watch what is going to be some beautiful sail away views tonight. The conditions are remarkable. It was a little bit windy earlier, but it seems to have calmed right down. But yeah, let's head out to the balcony, then I'm going to shower and try and refresh myself. I definitely need to put some after sun on as well. I can almost feel myself, I'm like hot. Anyway, I'll show you sailing away. I'm then going to get changed and I'll come back and brief you on the plan for tonight. Right, I am now ready to head back out to dinner, and do you know, the process of like leaving a port at 6 p.m, getting ready for a dinner table at 6:30 p.m, which is my assigned dining slot on here, I just personally find it like totally chaotic. The later slots don't really work for me anyway because it's like 8 o'clock. I think what I really need to do is probably get better at like getting changed prior to sail away, or just every now and again maybe don't go and watch sail away. Maybe that's maybe that would like reduce my stress levels a bit. But hey, I will never learn. So anyway, I'm now ready to go back out. Today has been, honestly guys, today has been amazing. I've had such a good day, and I think it's just because of the fact that it's been so spur of the moment, so spontaneous. And the minute that I saw that toboggan ride was shut, I thought, right, okay, hang on, let's just commit to having the best day that I can down here. And honestly, Madeira has completely blown me away again. I thought when I left here in December that I had, and this sounds daft, but I felt as though I'd left a wee bit of me here. And I kind of feel the same way today. Now, I'm not due to be back here on any of my other cruise ships throughout this year, I don't think, which is actually really quite sad. I'd love to be coming back here because, yeah, I've just had a ball today. I'm hoping that that's coming through really genuine. I've really, really enjoyed it. The people here are lovely. The whole island, well, not the whole island, the bit of the city that I saw is just so well looked after. The locals seem to really enjoy living there. There's no litter. Like, I'm just so impressed with it. But yeah, anyway, we're now back on the ship and the plan for tonight. So, back to the daily schedule, which is beginning to look a wee bit battered because this has been out with me today. But yeah, so there's quite a few things to look at tonight. The two that I'd like to just focus on quickly is that after my dinner in the main dining room, I'm going to go to the show, which tonight is called Kings and Queens, so it's Kings and Queens of Pop. So Michael Jackson, hopefully will be in there. And after that, tonight at, where's it gone, 11:15, is the Italian night. So I've got no idea what to expect, but I would imagine Costa being an Italian cruise line, they're probably going to do that really, really well. That's actually indoors, so the previous big party nights I'd seen were up on deck 10, up by that pool with a roof that closes over. But yeah, that's going to be a bit, it's going to be a bit different actually being inside. But yeah, looking forward to that. Now to that end, one thing that I should mention is this little part of the daily schedule down here. You might be able to see that, you might not, but that down there says the right outfit, suggested dress code for this evening, green, white and red, obviously for the Italian flag. Now, I will do a separate video on this and I'll probably title it like the top things that you need to think about if you're planning to go on a Costa cruise, because there are some little things like that that, to be honest, completely have thrown me. I mean, Exhibit A, I'm hardly looking like an Italian flag tonight. I've currently got blue, white and red on, so I couldn't be much further away from the Italian flag. So that's the two things that I'm going to go to after dinner. I'll try and pop into some of the other bits to show you what they look like, but I'm promising nothing because I'll probably have a glass of wine with dinner. But yeah, I probably won't sign off now, or I won't sign off now. I'll take you back out onto the decks later and just close off after we've eaten and stuff. So yeah, let's go to dinner before I'm any later and see what Italian night's all about. So you can probably tell that it's now pretty much, well, it's kind of the end of the night. It's almost the end of my night anyway, here on Costa Diadema. Now, a few bits to wrap up on before we close off on today. Number one is dinner, and number two is entertainment. So, first up, dinner. Honestly, what they're delivering, I feel like a broken record because I keep saying it, but what Costa are delivering in the main dining room in here, I am just so impressed by. So yeah, again, long may that continue, but dinner tonight was really, really good. Only thing, apparently with Italian night previously, the waiters would dress up and like have a bit of fun at dinner, but that isn't happening anymore, unfortunately. So dinner, although the food quality was good, it was just normal tonight. So I'm not sure if that kind of more fun element might come back. Don't know, who knows? Let's wait and see. Secondly, entertainment. So first of all, the show. Now the show tonight was great. It was one of the ones which was done by like the production team on board, and there's been a couple of shows this week. I will do a more full review, but there's been a couple of shows this week that I haven't been sold on, and there's been a couple that I've popped into at the end and I've thought, yeah, definitely not my bag, if you like. The show tonight, however, was really, really good. So it probably lasted about 40 minutes, which is about right for cruise ship entertainment. I always think if it's any longer than that, people are dying to kind of get out and go to the next thing, and any shorter than that, and people do feel a little bit shortchanged. So tonight was really good. I'll put a couple of clips on, and I probably will have done by the time you listen to me rabbiting on now. So yeah, big thumbs up on that Kings and Queens performance tonight. And finally, Italian night. So yeah, I've just popped out, but Italian night to me, other than Italian music and a couple of lights that are red, white and green, like I thought Italian night was going to be bigger. I thought it was going to be really big, really brash, really bold, because Costa to me, everything about Costa as a cruise line screams we are completely unapologetically Italian. And I just think tonight they've maybe undersold themselves a little bit or a big bit there. I'm really interested to see. My next couple of ships are going to be Costa Toscana and also Costa Smeralda, which are two of the newest ships from this fleet. Now, I'm really excited to see what they do and if they do anything a little bit differently. Because yeah, I mean, it's been evident that it's been Italian night on this ship tonight, but it's just not as like in your face as I thought. Like the dinner menu, for example, I thought that would be themed as an Italian menu. I thought you'd go around and there might be props to get your photo taken with that are Italian, for example. I could go on, but yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It's just not as big as I expected it to be. That's all. But look, my plan now, I'm going to head back inside because it's quite windy out here. I'm hoping that this is coming through okay in the audio, but I'm going to head back inside, probably grab a beer and just chill for a bit down in my absolute favourite venue, which is that Country Rock Club, before thinking about retiring up to bed. Now, tomorrow we're at sea all day, which obviously means that we're in transit to our next port, which is back in Spain, so it's the port of Cadiz, which I've never been to, so I'm really, really looking forward to seeing what that's like as a port. Now, in terms of YouTube episodes, now I'm not planning to record a full vlog tomorrow because by now I should have already showed you what a day at sea on a Costa ship, or this Costa ship, looks like. And we also have another day at sea coming up on my final day of the cruise. So yeah, I'm not gonna overkill it by day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4 at sea, because yeah, you've not got the patience to watch me floating about a cruise ship, because I don't do that many interesting things, I promise. But yeah, the next time I speak to you will be when we get back into Cadiz in Spain. And yeah, for now, I guess I just need to say thank you so much for following along. It's been so good to have so many of you on this journey now. This channel just seems to be growing and growing and growing with every week and with every ship. So genuinely, thank you for following along. It does mean so, so much to have you with me. But yeah, I'm gonna head back in, grab a beer, and I will catch up with all of you when we get back to Cadiz. Brilliant. Good night, guys. Bye.